Good day to all of you children. We continue our practice of sums. See, the photograph of a house on a slide of 35 millimeter occupies an area of 1.75 centimeter square. Children, before 1975, when the movies were shot, they were shot on a very small slide and the length of that slide used to be 35 millimeter. After 1975, we were using big slides for movies, and that was 70 millimeter slide. It used to be double in length, and that was called CinemaScope. Anyway, he says that we are using a small slide of 35 millimeter length, and on that we have taken the photograph of an object of a house, and that house occupies an area of 1.75 centimeter square on that slide. The area of the house on the screen. Now, using that slide in the cinema hall, we are projecting the image of that house on the big screen, and on the screen the size of image is 1.55 millimeter square, meter square, sorry. So find the linear magnification of the projector. So children, first thing you understand, when you go to class 12, when you study optics, you will realize that aerial magnification will be square of linear magnification. This will be equal to magnification of area. I'll write like this. Magnification linear will be root of magnification of area. This will be the formula or the relation between linear magnification and aerial or superficial magnification. Magnification lengthwise will be square root of magnification of area. This formula you will see in class 12 in optics anyway. Magnification of area means what? Area of image upon area of object. Area of image, that is how much? 1.55 meter square. And what is area of object? 1.75 centimeter square. So I write it as 1.55 meter square. I write it as 1.75 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter square. I convert centimeter square into meter square. So this becomes equal to 1.55 into 10 raised to 4 upon 1.75. Now I divide and take root. So देखो 1.55 divided by 1.75 into this 10,000, and then its root. So this root is 1.55 divided by 1.75. This is equal to this much into 10,000, and then its root. So this is coming out to be 94.11239 something like this. And children, whatever data is given to me over there are 3 significant digits in both the data and precision of 2 decimals. So if I take that into account, I should write it as 9.41 into 10 raised to 1, because I shift 1 decimal over here into 10 raised to 1 and remaining I leave out. So 9.41 into 10 raised to 1, this is the linear magnification. 9.41 into 10 raised to 1. Don't write it as 941 or 94.1 because we have a precision of 2 decimals. So we should maintain precision of 2 decimals to write it as 9.41. If you write 94.1, then from the point of view of significant digits you are correct, but from the point of view of precision you are wrong. So that depends on what you want. You want to lay emphasis on the precision or not. If you want to emphasize your precision, then it is okay. If you don't want to emphasize your precision, you only want to go for significant digits, then you can write this as 94.1 also. Okay? Fine. Now the next one, children, to count the number of significant figures, you know already the rules. We have done so many examples. 0.007, this has got decimal. So counting from first non-zero to last, that is 1. Then 2.64 into 10 is to 24. You know we don't give emphasis to the exponential part, only this thing. This has got a decimal from first non-zero to last, so that is 3. Then 0.2370 from here to here, that becomes 4. Then 6.320, decimal is there, so from first to last, that becomes 4. 6.032 from first to last, because decimal is there, 4. And finally 0.0006032 from first non-zero to last, again there are 4. Okay, please pause and copy, children. See children, For a cuboidal sheet, the length is 4.234 meter, breadth is 1.005 meter, and thickness is only 2.01 centimeter, which can be written as, if I divide by 100, this will become 0.0201 meter. Is that okay? I divide by 100. So 0.0201 meter, I convert all to meters. So find the area and volume. See children, what will be the area? I will show you an object. See, supposing this is a rectangular sheet. This is the length, this is the breadth, and this is the thickness. So this is length, this is breadth, and this is thickness. If I want the area of the sheet, so two sides, these two sides of the equal area, length into breadth. Then this will be breadth into thickness, this side and this side. And this will be length into thickness, this side and this side. So 2 times this surface, 2 times this surface, and 2 times this surface. So 2 times length into breadth, 2 times length into thickness, and 2 times breadth into thickness. That will be the total area. So if I want the area, children, we write like this. Area will be 2 into LB plus BT plus LT. So this will be 2 into, what is the length? 4.234 into breadth is 1.005. 1.005 into thickness is 0.0201, okay, plus 2 into length is 4.234 into thickness is 0.0201, like this equal. So length into breadth, breadth into thickness, length into thickness. Now we multiply them. This is 2 into length into thickness. See children, 4.234. So 4.234 into 1.005. This is coming out to be 4.25517 plus 1.005 into 0.0201. That is coming out to be 0.0202005 plus 4.234 into 0.0201. 0.0851034. Now children, this is an intermediate step. This is not the final answer. So you know what is to be done then when we deal with intermediate steps. You have to keep one significant digit more in intermediate steps. Here there are 4, here there are 4. So we will keep 5 over here. Whatever is the minimum, and then we add 1. When we multiply, what do? We keep minimum significant digits. Now minimum significant digits are 4 and 4. Add 1 to 5. I will keep 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will write off this one. So this will become 2.4.2552. This will be rounded off. I will keep 5 because actually I should have kept only 4. But because this is intermediate step, I should keep one more additional significant digit. Please remember during intermediate steps. Over here there are 4 significant digits. Here there are 3 significant digits. I should keep 4. So I write over here. This is 4. This is 4. So I am keeping 5 over here. Please understand. So 4 and 3 I should keep 3, but 1 additional I will keep 4. So this will become 0.02. See, if I want 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to here I should keep. So this will be removed to 0.0202 plus. Here there are 4 significant digits. Here there are 3 significant digits. I should keep 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. These two discarded because of rounded off. So this becomes 0.08510. Like this we get. So please understand what I am doing. 2 into. Now I add. Therefore, this becomes 4.2552 plus 0.0202 plus 0.08510. That is coming out to be 4.3605. And children, please remember, when we add, we take into account the decimal places. So there are 4 decimal places here, there are 4 decimal places here, and there are 5 decimal places here. So I should keep how many? 4. 4 I am keeping. And then we multiply by 2. This 2 is an exact number, children, please remember. So 2 into this into 2, that comes out to be 8.721. And now I think finally 8.721 I am having. How many significant digits are there? 4. What was given to me in length? There were 4 significant digits over here, there were 4 digits over here, and there were 3 over here. So I should keep minimum how many? 3. Minimum 3 in final. So this will be 8.72 meter square. This we will get. So please understand what we are doing. First, when we are dealing with intermediate steps, we are keeping one digit more, one more significant digit. And in final, then we have to think how many we should keep. So therefore, we get 8.72 meter square as the answer. About volume, if you want, so volume is length into breadth into thickness. So this will be, if I straight away multiply for you, or let me write first, 4.234, 1.005, 0.0201. So this will be 4.234 into 1.005 into 0.0201. That is coming out to be 0.085528917 meter cube. Now how many are there? There are 4 over here, 4 over here, 3 over here. I should keep 3 in the final answer. 3 means up to here I should keep. And this is 3, so forget about it. This will be 0.0855 meter cube. This will be the volume. This will be the final answer. Okay? So please pause and copy. I will do next sum for you. Please pause and copy. Okay. See children, the mass of the box is 2.300 kg. Now in some of the books, it is 2.3 kg. Therefore answer will be different because their precision is different if you write 2.3 kg. If you write 2.300, that means there is precision of 3 decimals. So if you give 2.3 kg, if in your book it is given 2.3 kg, answer will be different. If it is 2.300, then answer will be different. The mass of the box is this much, and in that box, 2 gold pieces of these many grams are added. What is the total mass of the box now? So what do we do, children? Mass of the box is 2.300 kilogram. First piece is of 20.15 gram. So I have to divide by 1000. So 20.15 divided by 1000. 0.02 I divide by 1000. 0.02015. So this is 0.02015. That is M1. And the second piece, that is 20.17 divided by 1000. So that is 0.02017. Now we add, and when we add, we keep into account total decimal places. Total decimal places. There are 3, there are 5, and there are 5 over here. You have to keep 3. So let us add 2.3 plus 0.02015 plus 0.02017. That is coming out to be 2.3402 kilogram. I should give only 3 decimal places. So therefore, answer is final total mass is. This is the answer for total mass if your given was 2.300. If it was given 2.3, then you have to maintain only one place. So this will be 2.3 kg. So please check what your textbook is saying. What is the difference in 2 pieces? Difference of mass in 2 pieces. First mass is 20.15 gram and second mass is 20.17 gram. So delta M I take as M2 minus M1. If we subtract, it will become 0.02 gram. And 0.02 gram is okay because 2 decimals, so I should take care of 2 decimals. So 2 decimals, this is the difference in the masses. Please pause and copy, children. Okay, children, a quantity P is given by A cube, B square, root C and D. Percentage error in A is 1%, in B it is 3%, in C it is 4%, and in D it is 2%. We must have been given the true values of A, B, C, D, and using this formula, the value of P is found to be 3.763. Then write the correct value of P. Correct value of P means you have to mention the true value and the amount of error. So, children, you already know that if P is equal to A cube, B square, root C and D. So we have learned that delta P upon P into 100, that is 3 times delta A upon A into 100, that you know, plus 2 times delta B upon B into 100, plus half times delta C upon C into 100, plus 1 time delta D upon D into 100. I hope you remember power becomes coefficient. Here power 3, 3, power 2, power half, like this. If you remember the formula. So this becomes 3 into, what is percentage error in A? 1, plus 2, in B it is 3, plus half of 4, plus 1 into 2. So 3 plus 6 plus 2 plus 2, that is 13%. So the amount of percentage error has 2 significant digits. Therefore, when I write P equal to the true value that is given to me as 3.763 plus minus 13%. This has got only 2 digits, so this also should have only 2 digits for precision point of view. So P should be written as 3.8, I round off, plus minus 13%. This is the answer. Okay, then. See children, I am told that Y is displacement. That means unit of Y will be meter. A is maximum displacement, therefore A also has got unit meter. V is speed, that means V has got unit meter per second. T is time period, means T has unit second, and it is told to me that pi is radian, it is angle. There are 4 formulae given to us connecting Y, A, T and all that. He says which formula can be correct or which can be wrong. See, dimensions should be correct. If I see the first equation, Y is equal to A sine 2 pi T upon T. See, this has got no units, sine theta. That means units of Y and A should be same. Yes, they are same. Because sine of theta, theta should have units of angle. Time and time get cut out, second and second. And this pi is radian, so here only radian is remaining. So all the units are getting satisfied, all the conditions, so this may be correct. Second one, it is said Y equal to A sine Vt. Now this has got no units. So Y and A should have same units, they are adding, that condition satisfied. Now this should have units of radian, sine theta, theta should be in radians. So Vt means meter per second into second, that will be meter. So sine of meter cannot exist, sine will exist only for radian. So this is supposed to be wrong. Then third, Y is equal to A sine A upon T sine T upon A. See, this has got no unit and this has got no units. That means units of Y and A should be same. That is there. This thing should have unit of radian. A is displacement meter and the second, meter per second not allowed. And this also second per meter not allowed. So this is also wrong. Units are not matching. Sine theta, theta should have units radians. This is not having units of radian. You can see that. Then fourth one, Y is equal to A root 2 sine 2 pi T upon T plus cos 2 pi T upon T. Now see, this has got no units, this has got no units. So A and Y should have same units, that is there. This should have unit of radian. So T upon T cancelled out, pi is radian, that is okay, this can exist. This also can exist, T and T gone, small t is time. Even though it is not given, we assume it is time. So this is also radian, so cos radian can exist. So this may be correct. So formula number 1 and 4 may be correct, but formula number 2 and 3 are wrong because their units are wrong. Please pause and copy, children. So the next one is that, children, see, the moving mass of a body is m and the rest mass is m0. That means our moving mass and rest mass are not same. And yes, that's very true, children. You will learn in the later stages that as the speed of the body increases, your mass also increases. This was suggested by Sir Albert Einstein according to special theory of relativity. So mass of the body does not remain constant, it increases with speed. Anyway, speed of light is c, and a child is trying to recall the formula connecting these 4 quantities, and he writes a relation like this. You have to tell whether the formula is correct or not, and if it is not correct, How to correct the formula using the four quantities given? See, m is m0 upon root of 1 minus v square. Children, 1 means constant. From constant, square of it cannot be subtracted. Constant minus constant is okay. So once we say it is 1, I should put this as constant. So how to make it constant? This is got units of meter square per second square. So if I divide by meter square per second square, both the units will go. So that means m should be written as m0 upon 1 minus v square upon c square. This is the correct way. So constant minus constant, that will be okay. Now don't think, children, that you can write, because this is meter per second square, I can write meter per second square over here. So you may think m equal to m0 upon root of c square minus v square. So this will be correct, but then this won't be correct, because then the units on LHS will be kg and on RHS units will be mass kg. This will be meter square upon second square minus meter square upon second square. So units will be meter square upon second square. Root will be meter per second. So the units will be kg second per meter. They are not matching. So we cannot put c square over here. So this is the correct relation. Okay? So by thought process you have to take out. Now children, 1 angstrom is 10 raised to minus 10 meter. This we studied in the beginning of chapter. Size of hydrogen atom, that means radius is given to us as 0.5 angstrom. What is the volume of 1 mole atoms? 1 mole will contain how many atoms? Equal to Avogadro's number, 6.023 into 10 raised to 23 atoms will be there in 1 mole. We have to find volume of these many atoms in 1 mole. So first we find volume of one atom, that will be 4 upon 3 pi r cube. So 4 upon 3, 22 upon 7. This will be 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 10 cube, because 0.5 angstrom and angstrom means these many meters. So now children, I divide and multiply 4 into 22 into 0.5 into 0.5 into 0.5. So 88 into 0.5 into 0.5 into 0.5. This is coming out to be 11. So 11 upon 21 into 10 raised to minus 30, and this is 11 divided by 21. 0.52389 and so on into 10 raised to minus 30. Children, data I am given that radius is 0.5 angstrom. So I am given only one significant digit and precision up to 1 decimal. So because there is only one significant digit, as per intermediate rule, I will give two significant digits. So I keep my answer as 0.52 into 10 raised to minus 30 meter cube. That is V1. By rounding off, I give as V1. Total volume of n atoms, that will be Na into V, that is 6.023 into 10 raised to 23 into 0.52 into 10 raised to minus 30. So this is 6.023 into 0.52. That is coming out to be 3.13196 into 10 raised to minus 7. Now children, I want only one significant digit and accuracy precision of 1 decimal. So I shifted 0.313196 into, I have divided by 10 and multiplied. So this becomes 10 raised to minus 6. I divide and multiply by 10. So this becomes this much, and finally that is 0.3 into 10 raised to minus 6. So one significant digit and precision of 1 decimal. This is the correct answer for n moles. That is all for today, children. In the next video we will try to cover more sums. Thank you and God bless you.